Aesthetic actions are creative, artistic efforts using skills, using insight, using vision, intentionality to create, whether that's to create a painting, to produce a dance piece, a dramatic piece, a literary written piece. And those aesthetic actions are meant to appeal to the senses, and by the senses is eyes, smell, taste, sound, touch, and one that's oftentimes not mentioned is kinesthetic, movement, you know, to appeal to the senses in order to touch the soul, or within the soul, the mind's eye, to be able to, for the mind's eye to be able to see the intangible things, the intangible truths, concepts. And so aesthetic action, by appealing to the senses, evoking the senses, can touch the soul to be able to conceive of things that we normally don't see physically. And these could be things like, what is grace? Well, I can somehow, through aesthetic action, creative means, appeal to your senses with a painting about grace that causes you to see what grace is, and in so doing, what I would hope for, and there are a number of effects that I think we can hope for upon the soul when we do touch a person's soul through our artwork. But I would state probably two things most immediately. One, which is illumination, to create insight for a person. And that insight is what the mind's eye sees. The mind's eye sees what's invisible. And sometimes people don't make certain choices, they don't take certain actions because they lack the insight. We can only choose the things that we see, that we comprehend. If we don't comprehend it, it's hard to make a choice for that. And so that leads to the second thing, which is to prompt change. I think, in our current culture, we see oftentimes the voice of people crying for change. That change is demanded, whether it's on a social level, on a political level, whatever that level may be. And it always boils down to, really, for me, what I see is something very theological. It's a human heart condition, And so what we want, I think, through aesthetic action is to build God's kingdom. And it comes by promoting change, spiritual, genuine change according to the gospel, that moves us further and further closer towards building God's kingdom.